podcast, and I am back on the Restaurant Reviews Udacity Mobile Web Specialist final project discussing the responsiveness functional requirement of my final project. So I'm going to talk about the requirement first. This is part of the responsive design and accessibility. We're only going to talk about responsive design in today's video. The application must maintain a responsive device on a mobile, tablet, and/or desktop viewport. All new features are responsive, including the form to add a review and the control for marking a restaurant as favorite. So I'm going to demonstrate how my project met this requirement in this YouTube video. So currently I am showing you I have a 15.6 wide inch viewing display right now, a very wide screen monitor, and I'm going to use Google Chrome tools, developer tools, to demonstrate the responsiveness of my web application project. So without further ado, Control-Shift-I will bring up the developer tools. And then notice we have a toolbar up here that says responsive. So the important thing is my project was designed for a device pixel ratio of 1.0. So if you're doing this test, you need to have this set to 1.0 and not any other number. So next thing to do is to demonstrate what it would look like if I were to shrink the screen. Now you notice the white space in the middle is proportionally decreasing as my site increases. So this is emulating a smaller browser or screen. And as we get to the edge, you see we have less white space. And I currently have this on a zoom of 50% and not 100% because you would not be able to see as many cool details over here. So we're still on the widescreen view, but notice with responsive design, with the widescreen, is the wider you get after a certain device pixel format, you just get white space, and that's the standard design. So as we shrink to a smaller display and or possibly a tablet, we now have a smaller screen, and this emulates around 893, 673, 678, and this is the width is getting smaller to show that we're probably on like a little tablet viewing. And as you can see, it keeps getting smaller, the size. The responsiveness of the site is continually adjusting. So I'm going to continue to shrink this for the browser to emulate the browser size, and you can see the responsiveness is adapting. But it's going to hit a breakpoint pretty soon to switch over to a smaller or mobile view. And that breakpoint is going to be coming up pretty soon. Oops, we hit around 500. So around 500-ish is the max for a view, and then we're going to go to 75%, and you can see that it collapsed from 3 columns down to 2 columns, and then for mobile it's down to 1 column. So this kind of emulates a mobile device, and you can see as the screen size shrinks, which, you know, in reality we'll show some other examples, but there's a minimum design width requirement, and then Google Chrome Tools has ways to look at phone sizes as well. So we can look at it on a Pixel 2 and see how it would look on a user phone that has a Pixel 2. Let's look at an iPhone. That's how it would look on an iPhone. Should probably increase it so you can see it better on the screen. So this is how it would look on an iPhone. You can see it. It's adjusting. How about a Galaxy S5? And so on and so on. Oh, and we didn't look at the reviews yet, but we'll look at that secondly. And then here is the iPad view, and let's go down to 75%. So on the iPad view, we have 2 columns, not 3. The iPad Pro, which is a little bit larger, we have the 3 columns again. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's talk about what it looks like on a per restaurant basis. So let's go to Hometown Barbecue as an example. I'm going to go back and put it on responsive. And then we'll go the opposite direction. So pretending we're on a small mobile device, show you all the cool reviews in the map API. Let's increase it. Took a minute to adjust and draw. And then we have the restaurant hours on the side here, along with the favorite feature. Let's make it bigger and bigger. Keeps on going, and I might have to go to 50%. Okay, we're gonna just gonna scroll down, and you can see how it's adjusting the reviews. The boxes are adjusting in width with the page, and then we get to a certain breakpoint where we reach the maximum, and then everything else is white space around it, and it centers at the center of the screen for like one of those big widescreen browsers to emulate. So you can see the white screen around it, and if we looked at it on a normal browser like mine, I have a very wide screen. There's white space here and white space on the right, and it looks fine to me. This is how I would like to see it with my preferences. So back to developer tools, Control-Shift-I. Let's check out the responsiveness. Let's see how it looks like on a Pixel phone. Let me go ahead and increase it for you. It's probably not. Here we go. This is what it would look like on your mobile device. Notice how the review boxes adjust to the pixel width of the device. Let's look at it like on an iPhone. Here we go. Looks pretty much similar. And let's look at it on a tablet. Except too big now. So this is like emulating an iPad tablet view of how it would look on your iPad. And then finally back to the larger desktop view, which is where you see some white space. Hi, it's me, Kathleen West again, and I am back for part 2. I had some video issues in the first part towards the end, and I just decided to cut it off and start with the review specification next. So the last requirement was to make sure the ad review form, feature, and control for marking a restaurant as a favorite is also responsive. So the first video actually showed the control for marking a restaurant as a favorite. That's this little heart sign, and we already demonstrated that it was responsive. It just adjusts, so I can show it to you really quick again. It goes there for mobile, and for larger devices it moves along with the other information up to this spot on the display. So that was the favorite feature. So we're going to talk about the, we'll go back on responsive. We'll talk about the ad review form feature. So this is the feature where a user can add a new review, and this was already demonstrated in both online and offline mode. What we want to see today is just whether or not it's responsive. So I am going to emulate responsiveness. That was kind of slow to draw, but bear with me. I have a lot of junk going on in the background. So we went from a very large, let me just show it to you in 50% mode. Very large screen browser. Like, I have a wide screen. I like it very, very big. So we're emulating. We're decreasing the width here again on the browser display, and give it a minute to draw. We're kind of now almost in tablet size land, where we're viewing on a tablet size. Okay, so we're kind of like in that tablet size land. Keep going smaller and smaller. About in the cell phone land, about what it would look like on a cell phone, and I'll show you some predetermined ones, and then it reaches a minimum width requirement. So I am going to show it to you on the Pixel, how it looks on Google Pixel device. Looks pretty snaggy. Okay, let's look at it on an iPhone. Increase the size a little bit. Let's add review feature. And let's look at it on a tablet. Oh, that's not a tablet size. This is the tablet size. So this is like an iPad, what it would look like on an iPad. And we can go back to the full screen browser display. So that kind of demonstrates the ad review feature responsiveness requirement. All new features are responsive, including the form to add a review and a control for marking a restaurant as a favorite. My name is Kathleen West, and this concludes